Ah, the electrical hum of power lines, the echoing metallic ping of water starting to flow through underground pipes, and the call of seagulls at the dump. As mayor, you need to be sure your Sims are supplied with the bare necessities of life: power, water, and somewhere to throw that dirty tissue. No mayor gets far without providing power. Abraham Lincoln may have read by candlelight, but your Sims are not too interested in life off the grid. At first, your power options are limited. You can power up by building a wind power plant, a coal power plant, a natural gas power plant, or an oil power plant. Each of these options has good and bad stuff going for it. The coal power plant is the most cost-effective option, but it's also the biggest polluter. Wind power is very clean, but doesn't have great capacity. Oil and natural gas fall in between as far as capacity and pollution go. As mayor, two things help you decide which plant to place: your monthly costs and the desires of your Sims. If you go with a polluting power source, then try to keep it as far from your commercial and residential zones. Connect the plant to your zoned areas with a power line. Remember, power flows both through power lines and zoned areas. Zones and power lines need to be within 4 tiles of one other powered area to conduct electricity. Once you've built a power plant, don't forget to use the query tool to check on the efficiency with which you are providing your Sims power. As your city grows, alternate power sources become available. These alternate sources are visible in the Power Systems menu, but are grayed out until you have created the conditions in which they can be built. Take a look at the tooltips for these plants to determine what you need to do to earn the power sources. Demand for a public water supply is a sign of socioeconomic growth, both for your city and your Sims. You don't need to build a water supply system early on in your Sims development, but if you want Sims with simoleons to spare to take up residence, you need to make sure their showers run good and hot. High-wealth businesses also require water. Any medium to high-density development requires water, so if you intend to build a thriving city, don't skimp on the wet stuff. First, you need to build a source, either a water tower or a water pump. Water towers are cheaper but provide less water than a water pump. Which one works best for you? Once you have a source, you need to build a delivery system. You have a crack team that can build a water pipe in no time. You can even watch it being built in the underground view. Build pipe underneath zones that need water. Water pipes carry water 6 tiles beyond the pipes on either side. If your water supply runs short, the supply distance from the pipe shrinks and some Sims go without water until you rectify the problem. The no water ZOT shows up over any building that requires water but is not being supplied. Don't bother providing water to your Sims until you are ready to have high wealth or medium wealth residents and development move in. Contrary to what you may think, no one else actually needs water. If you find that you aren't getting any higher medium wealth or higher medium density development, check to see that you are providing water. Some germs and industrial waste are major factors in the amount of water that the towers and pumps can distribute to your Sims. Mega industry isn't the only culprit. Farms are one of the biggest sources of water pollution around. If you place a tower or pump in an area of high water pollution, its output dramatically decreases or even shuts down. Clean up your water by building a water treatment plant in highly polluted areas. As with your power systems, options for water structures increase as the size and quality of your city improves. Take a look at the grayed out entries in the Water Systems menu to see what you need to do to make new options a possibility. Sims can be awfully messy folk, and if you don't provide a means of dealing with that mess, the trash can pile up quickly. You can zone a landfill, build a recycling center, or construct a waste-to-energy plant. The waste-to-energy plant also generates power as part of the bargain. Landfills may seem to be the only cost-effective choice, but monthly maintenance costs can be quite high. Only zone what you need. Landfills also eat the garbage while they fill. Start small and get a feel for your landfill capacity. Landfills are also nasty polluters, so keep them away from your nice neighborhoods. Otherwise, your desirability levels for these areas will plummet. Also, don't forget to build roads to your landfill, otherwise the garbage trucks can't get there. You wouldn't think it, but the waste-to-energy plant is an even worse polluter. The recycling center is a more environmentally conscious alternative, but its effect on reducing garbage in the city is somewhat limited. With any sanitation system, be sure that you have built road connections to it through your city. Sanitation workers don't like packing out your trash, so you'll be paying for services you aren't receiving. City connections can be made with any transportation network, power lines, and water pipes. To make the connection, choose your desired transportation or utility tool and drag a network out to the edge of your city. When you let go, you are presented with the Create a Connection dialog. Click Accept and voila, the connection is created. A yellow arrow appears on the network to indicate that a neighbor connection exists. You should see the small nub of the network line on the edge of the city that abuts yours, with the yellow arrow indicating a connection. Once each side of the connection is created to the heart of your two cities, they will become intermingled, sharing jobs and residents. Add amenities to one city, such as power plants, water pumps, and landfills, and you can begin to sell those services to the neighboring cities through neighbor deals.